Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Togba. My name is Gregfina Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Togba. My name is Gregfina Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
folks. Welcome to the program Inside the Print Media on Focal Online TV, the pride of District 13, the most independent media outlet within the length and breadth of District 13 and Liberia alike. This is how I choose to welcome you to this special edition of the program Inside the Print Media, where I sit and serve as your great host of the program. I'm very sorry that Grafina, who normally sits in the driving seat of this program, is not here. She has since gone to respond to some personal issues, so she just registered that she will not be here, and she has authorized me to actually air the program. So we are here. I want to welcome you all, Liberian. For those of you who are watching from our motherland, I say welcome. For those of you who are watching from the diaspora, I want to utilize this occasion also to welcome all of you to this program Inside the Print Media on Focal Online TV. Well, the weather seems to be relatively wet since this morning. I guess a lot of people are just leaving their homes while others are at their respective working places as well as their business area. So I want to say welcome. Keep sharing the live video. Keep sharing the live video. Keep sharing the live video. And don't forget to drop in your comments. Don't forget to drop in your comment. Don't forget to drop in your comment. Invite others to watch this video. It is good to be here and to be informed about the situations, especially as it relates to our electionary season, where we have noticed over the period of time that there have been series of threats, series of reckless statements coming from stakeholders of our country. And I think those statements are condemnable. Those statements have the propensity to undermine the peace and stability of our country. And a lot of Liberians don't even want to reflect or backpedal to the dark days. This is why every one of us are doing everything we can to call for peace, and amplify our voices so that peace can reign in Mama Liberia. So today we have all of our newspaper with us here. We have the Daily Observer newspaper. We have the Front Page Africa newspaper. We have the Daily Observer newspaper. We have the New Dawn newspaper, and subsequently we will bring you the international news. So let's just take a short break. When we resume, I will bring you all of the major happenings from our motherland, Liberia, and subsequently, after the conclusion of all of the news relative to Liberia, I will bring you at least two international news to inform you what is taking place in other parts of the world. My name is K. Lyndon Choba. It's such a pleasure to be here. It's such a pleasure to be here doing the job that I choose to do. I feel more passionate about. And this is how I want you to stick and stay with us. Encourage your friend. Drop in your comment and be informed about the situations that is taking place in our motherland, Liberia. So let's take a short break. When we resume, we begin reading the headlines of those newspapers we have with us in our possession, and subsequently the international news as well.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Grafina Nkorishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper, to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I really get this program you are talking about?
This program is here every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
With us on the program Inside the Print Media. So let's run quickly to our newspaper. We have with us the Daily Observer newspaper right before us. And let's give you the headlines from the Daily Observer newspaper and also the details as it relates to the headlines from the Daily Observer newspaper. So, fire at Buchanan Pool leaves one injured. Fire at Buchanan Port leaves one injured. A devastating fire incident at the Port of Buchanan in Grand Bassa County has left a boat in ruins and one person seriously injured. The boat severely damaged in the blaze was loaded with petroleum products scheduled for Maryland County in the southeast. The economic impact of the incident, which yesterday halted work at the country's second largest port, is currently unknown. The fire, according to eyewitnesses, started when the captain of the blaze boat attempted some repair work, which went wrong, sending plumes of thick black smoke billowing into the sky, raging for several hours before being brought under control by the port firefighter with assistance from ArcelorMittal Liberia. The Port of Buchanan is crucial to Liberia's economy, serving as the primary conduit for the exports of iron ore, timber, and other valuable commodities, contributing significantly to the nation's revenue stream. As a result, any interruptions in its operations, even temporarily, could have far-reaching economic repercussions at the very least. Our witnesses explain that the firefighters respond to the blaze, which started around 4:55 p.m. on Sunday, have not been swift. The damage would have been extensive, not only to the boat, which contains a significant amount of petroleum product, but also to the port infrastructure. The injured individual, Stephen Mensah, who is the boat chief engineer, suffered significant burn to his body, rendering his condition critical. Mensah, however, was transported to the Liberian government hospital for treatment as he sustained severe burns all over his body. While the blaze from the boat was significant and took time to be contained, it did not impact the pool's main facility due to the quick response by the firefighters. When fire trucks tried in vain to water down the fire, it took other boats that sailed in from elsewhere, pumping water from the harbor to subdue the fire into the night. According to fire experts, petroleum fire, also known as Class B fire, can be extinguished by fume, powdered or carbon dioxide extinguishers, not water. Water contains oxygen and therefore will add the kind of fire instead of subduing it. This explains how it took firefighters so long to control the fire in spite of the abundance of water at their disposal. The Port of Buchanan was constructed by the Liberian American Swedish Company Corporation, LAMCO, in the 1960s, a joint venture company established to export iron ore deposit from Nimba Range. It is located 272 kilometers southeast of Monrovia and is Liberia's second largest seaport. The harbor is protected by two breakwaters, 1,890 meters and 590 meters long. Inside the basin, a 225-meter long was loaded quay is located adjacent to the commercial loading quay, providing a water depth of 10.5 meters below the Daton. Adjacent to the loading quay is another waiting berth for all carriers. On the inner side of the secondary water break is the commercial quay, 334 meters long, with an available water depth of 9.5 meters below the Daton. The access channel of the pool provides ship with water depth of 11.5 meters below the Daton and a channel width between the water breaks of 210 meters. As a leading maritime nation, Liberia is expected to have international standard port safety measures in place. In this instance, the Port of Buchanan may have been caught off guard. Given the intensity of Sunday's fire incident, though it appears to have destroyed one or two boats, many require repair or recondition of certain parts of the port. Whatever the case, Port Authority have yet to issue an official statement in response to the fire outbreak. This is how we move over to another headlines on the Daily Observer newspaper. Liberia elections. Speaker Buffer's chamber toppled by newcomer. Wow, that is a very surprising news because all of the reports that have been announced quite recently by the National Elections Commission put the newcomer ahead of Buffer's chamber. So this one could be very surprising, but let's give you the detail. Buffer's chamber, the once all-powerful Speaker of the House of Representatives, appeared to have lost his legislative seat as he trailed his main rival, Anthony Willen, a former student leader at the state-run University of Liberia. With 96.49% of the total vote counted for Chambers, Maryland County Electoral District 2, according to data from the National Elections Commission, the Speaker is Sterling Williams, a political newcomer, by a margin of 98 votes. Williams has accumulated 8,017 votes, while Chambers has 7,919 votes as the electoral body's data from October 16. However, the final tally sheet from the magistrate office in Harper, Maryland County shows that Williams has defeated Chambers with 8,158 votes against 8,122, a difference of 36 votes. Chambers' loss comes as he has been seeking his fourth consecutive win since 2005, making him one of the longest-serving legislators in the post-war history of Liberia. The defeat marks an unexpected turn of events in his illustrious political career, with a record-breaking 18 years of service in the national legislature, including 6 years as Speaker of the 54th National Legislature. Chambers has been a prominent figure in legislative politics in Maryland County. In his previous attempt, he contested for the Senate to represent the county at the upper chamber of the National Legislature, but faced defeat in 2014. During his opposition days, Chambers was known for being vocal against corruption and bad governance, as well as some of the policies of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He even refused to shake hands with Selig at a state function, sparking mixed reactions from the public. However, critics of Timber argued that his tenure as Speaker under the ruling coalitions of Democratic Change fell short of what he had previously advocated for during his time in the opposition. He claimed that he prioritized maintaining close relationship with the executive branch under President Weah and lacked a history of opposing or taking a radical stance against the executive accesses. Known for his influence and ability to navigate his way through complex web to ensure that the president's will is done, the Speaker's defeat has sent shockwave through the ruling party but come out as a joy to many opposition figures. In contrast, Willem, whose name was unfamiliar to many prior to the election, challenged the Speaker's dominance, breaking him to his knee. The former student leader is reported to have captured the attention and support of a significant portion of the electors in Plebo-Sodoken. He based his campaign on the idea of giving power to the people of his district. With a strong following among the youth, Williams highlighted the district underdevelopment and promised to address it if elected, tapping into a voter frustrations and a desire for change. We cannot talk about a tree concession agreement in the district where we don't have public latrine for the people, clean water, better schools, and healthcare, Williams said during the campaign. We will address these things when we are elected by renegotiating for a better offer for our people. We should be asking Dr. Buffer's chamber what he has done with our constituency's money, which he has been collecting besides his salary. We should be asking him for his stewardship. What has he done for our people in the district? This is a social contract I am entering with you. Give me power. Let me give you the basic necessity you need for the district. Give me power. Let me renegotiate for your concession. Give me power for your roads, better health and education system. Let me give you the better representation, Williams said in a campaign speech posted online. Williams' victory highlighted the evolving political landscape within the country as the outcome of these elections, which see a vast majority of the current lawmaker not returning, serve as a symbol of the shifting dynamics within the Liberian political space and underscored the importance of citizens' engagement in shaping the country's future. Out of the three members of the legislation of the lower house, only a single person, deputy speakers, and Granco County District 2, J. Fonati Kofa, will make his way back to the capital. The two others in presence of Chambers as well as Astar Gray, Montserrat District 8 representative and chairman of the House of Committee on Executive, may likely not return. This is how we zeroed on the Daily Observer newspaper. We will entertain a very short break. When we resume, we bring you stories from the New Dawn newspaper. Stay with us as we bring you major developments surrounding the political landscape of our country, Liberia, and it is also very important to be informed about the situations that are happening currently in our motherland, Liberia. Please still tune with us.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Perfina Koreshpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within the Tobo Village community along the Japanese Highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper, to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Foca Online TV.
Here with us as we bring you all of the major information surrounding our country, Liberia. We are all cognizant of the fact that Liberia is at a crossroad. A lot of new developments are coming up, especially as it relates to the recent elections that was conducted on the 10th of October in compliance with the Liberia Constitution. So let's go back to the New Dawn newspaper, where there is another headlines and news for you to be acquainted with. CDC condemns UP distrap announcement of result as reckless. CDC condemns UP distrap announcement of result as reckless. Wow. The ruling coalition of Democratic Change is condemning the opposition Unity Party and its alliance for the announcement of results. It's them, they brand that announcement as reckless. Let's get to the story and let's listen why they say so. So you can find this particular story on the New Dawn newspaper. Go down Waterside, go to the various places where you buy newspaper and get yourself informed about the major happenings of our country, Liberia, or better still, sticking still with Foca Online TV as we bring you all of the major happenings relative to Liberia's growth and developments here. So the ruling coalitions of Democratic Change has condemned as political recklessness the announcements of elections result by its main rival Unity Party. CDC National Spokesperson Kanyo Bagbala condemned the former ruling party when he appeared on Freedom FM. According to a press release, Kanyo Bagbala cited that such irresponsible and dangerous action by the Unity Party tends to severely undermine the credibility of the National Elections Commission. Councillor Bagbala therefore called on all well-meaning Liberians, the Liberian Civil Society Council, the Elections Coordinating Committee, and the Interreligious Council of Liberia Airports, the AU, the European Union, the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia, and other moral guarantors of Liberian state to condemn the act of the Unity Party. Meanwhile, Kanyo Bagbala has assured all partisans and supporters of the CDC that the We Are 2023 National Victory Campaign is alive and on course. He cautions citizens to remain kind, law-abiding, and jubilant, and to promptly report any illegal or violent action to the appropriate authority for legal redress in line with the law. Following the presidential and legislative elections conducted on Tuesday, 10th of October 2023, the National Elections Commission commenced the announcement of preliminary results from various counties. The process is expected to continue in the coming days. CDC and the UP remain tools rival battling for the presidency. So this is how we conclude. This is how we move over to another headlines on the New Dawn newspaper. Uh, Cummings concede defeat, but with reservation. Cummings concede defeat, but with reservation. Wow. They are saying that Cummings has accepted defeat, but he is raising a concern. He is raising concerns. Mr. Cummings issued a statement on Monday, 16 October 2023, outlining his reservation with the outcome of the October of the 10th October poll and promised his supporters that he will investigate and bring to light what has happened. Let me assure all of you, we will continue to do everything within our power to investigate and bring to light what has happened. I promise you that no matter how long it takes, everyone involved will answer, said Mr. Cummings. Cummings lamented that the announced result ridiculously defied common sense, warning that this is sowing an unhealthy impressions about Liberia democracy. People are feeling robbed of their right to freely and fairly express their will and choice for leadership, said Cummings. According to the opposition leader, the scheme to allegedly rob the Liberian voters of their right to choose their leader may be sophisticated and difficult to trace and prove. However, the Coca-Cola executive believe that in the end, it undermines the country's democracies and breaks the security and stability of the country. The evil geniuses involved and their co-conspirators may believe they can demoralize our right to vote. They may be thinking they can crush our desire to be governed democratically and live in peace. They are wrong, said Mr. Cummings. They are underestimating the resolve of the Liberian people. The Liberians are no fool. Our nation has paid duly for our cherished democracy, he noted. Cummings noted that there should be no mistake that Liberians are determined to preserve the hard-won peace and democracy. I have heard from many of our partisans, well-wishers, and supporters. I feel your disappointment. I share your pain. I understand your anger, but we must not lose hope, not in ourselves, and definitely not in our country. At the same time, Cummings has called on his supporters to continue to remain peaceful and law abiding. It showed them that they would win in the end, adding that there could be consequences for seeking to undermine Liberia's young democracies and acting against the interests of the Liberian people. The CPP leader called on partisans, sympathizers, and supporters to never give up on Liberia. Because of what we have dared to do, because of what sparked the real change, which we started together, business will never be as usual in Liberia, he said. The country will be faced now or later. Liberians deserve better. This is a fact that cannot be denied by any ridiculous election result. The Liberian people won't change, Cummings noted. This is how we would love to zero on the New Dawn newspaper and move over to the front page Africa newspaper. Former NEC commissioner questioned ongoing election result being announced, but ECOWAS calls for non-interference. Former NEC commissioner questioned ongoing election result being announced, but ECOWAS calls for non-interfering. Two former high-ranking officials of the National Elections Commission have raised concerns about the transparency and clarity of the election result being released by the National Elections Commission. Former NEC chairperson James Fomoya and former commissioner Jonathan Widok jointly voiced their reservation during an interview with journalists over the weekend, stating that the NEC current reporting method does not provide a clear understanding to the public. Former chairman James Fomoya, who is a consultant to the Unity Party campaign team, expressed his dissatisfaction with the way the NEC is presenting the results, stating that the result should be delivered in numerical figures rather than percentages, as has been the practice since the counting process began. He emphasized the need to provide detailed statistics, including the number of votes, each candidate received, the amount of spoil vote, and the total vote cast at the county and prison levels. Formula argued give the people a clear understanding of who gets what. If someone gets 1,600, you indicate it. Net is confusing the people. You and I will not be able to figure out who got what is real in terms. Former Commissioner Wida concurred, stating that the net reporting has created confusion among the public. He stressed the importance of ensuring that elections are not only free and fair, but also transparent with results that are easily understood by the public. Wida explained the percentage which should be associated with the figure so that people will know where we are at. In the absence of that, you create um, ambiguity that have the potential of creating misunderstandings and chaos. Despite their concerns about the reporting methodology, both former NEC officials expressed their belief that Unity Party is likely to secure a first round victory based on their data analysis, especially in the most populous counties. Former chairman Fomoya noted that UP appeared to have strong support in key counties and suggested the results from these counties were decisive in determining the election's outcome. Former Commissioner Wida added that UP had won over 70% of the vote in Lofar County, where the Unity Party standard bearer hails from. He also highlighted the party's strong performance in various other counties. The former NEC official called for acceptance of the results and urged the NEC to ensure that the announced results are consistent with the tally sheets and record to maintain peace in the country. They emphasized the importance of protecting the will of the people and the electoral process. We move over to another headlines on the front page African newspaper. Alleged mad woman goes on the rampage in South Beach. Alleged mad woman goes on the rampage in South Beach. That is the largest prison in Liberia. Serious concern regarding the safety and welfare of inmates within the National Correctional Facility, including the Monrovia Central Prison, has surfaced following a disturbing incident that unfolded on Thursday, October 12, 2023. The incident involved a mentally unstable female inmate who instigated panic in the female quarters of the prison. This woman has been placed in the South Beach prison as a pre-trial detainee. During the incident, she posed a significant challenge to the female correctional officer assigned to maintain order. The officer, employing their professional training in physical restraint techniques, struggled to subdue her. During her rampage, they agitated inmate, physically assaulted an elderly detainee identified as Rebecca Yoda Wisner, who is related to the former Chief Justice Gloria Mususka. Justice Gloria Mususka and 3 other family members are currently facing legal proceedings in connection with the death of Talent Musu and are detained in the female section of the Monrovia Central Prison. This incident has further highlighted the long-standing concern raised by civil society organizations and concerned Liberians regarding the safety of both inmates and correctional officers working in challenging conditions. The present need for better equipped correctional officers, improved working conditions, and the establishment of well-funded trauma counseling and mental health facilities within the prison has become even more evident. The mentally unstable inmate involved in the incident has since been removed from the prison compound to receive necessary medical and therapeutic attention. So we move over to the Women Voices newspaper. I joined this race to impact the process and the people. So I joined this race to impact the process and the people. This statement is coming from Madam Sarah Beslow Yanti. Sarah Beslow Yanti, the political leader of the African Liberation League, or one of the presidential candidates that participated in the 2023 general and presidential elections. Madam Sarah Besley Yanti, the political leader of the African Liberation League, and one of the two female presidential candidates that participated in the just ended October 10, 2023 presidential and legislative elections, say her decision to participate in the electoral process was prompted by her ardent desire to impact the process and the people. In what she describes as her appreciation message to the Liberians, Monday, October 16, 2023, the prominent Liberian woman acclaims Liberian for their support towards her candidacy and assured that she is committed to doing all that work in the best interest of Liberian. I applaud all Liberians for peacefully voting in this election despite us shouldering our own security and responsibility without international community forces. I thank your valued partners for their support during their critical phase in our country history. I joined this rally to impact the process and the people. I initiated the opposition agreement to work together to protect the votes of the Liberian people. Because of that, I will continue to speak in that regard, she said. Madam Nyanti shows the upcoming result will not change in my belief or stop my resolve in pursuing nation building, unity, reconciliation, poverty reduction as Liberia much needed solution. She adds that moving Liberia forward cannot be done by the president alone, but requires the effort of all Liberians. Let history remember that we stood united for our unity and progress. May God bless Liberia, protect our nation, and prosper our people. Despite the peaceful conduct of the October 10, 2023 general elections, Madam Sarah Besley Yanti said it is concerning that there is a sentiment that will be violence after the final results are announced. We must work to mitigate these negative perceptions. Our history is filled with bloodshed, and it is time to reconcile and not add this to pain. God desires our prosperity and good health. We must as well and cannot be achieved in conflict, she tells Liberian. She commend the National Elections Commission for their efforts and made several constraints and admonished other political actors to accept or take a legal pathway when the final results are announced. I commend the National Elections Commission for their effort despite numerous constraints. However, we must acknowledge the irregularities and concerns that raise questions about the full expressions of every registered voter will. In spite of these concerns, when the final results are announced, we must all accept it or take a legal pathway. I urge everyone to partner with NEC to strengthen the institution as it is critical to our democracy. If there is a potential runoff, a debriefing session involving all candidates should be held to benefit from our collective wisdom and experiences over the last few months. She recommends. After the election 2023, Madam Sarah Besley Nyanti suggests that a full audit should be conducted to identify weakness and proffer solution for the future elections, including accessing the current electoral law to ensure they are sufficient. Having led election support and transitional justices advocacies in various countries, including Gambia, contested 2016 elections, I understand the challenges of supporting countries in conflict and reconcile the signs of countries as the version is. She adds, we must show the international community that their billions of dollars investment in Liberia was not in vain. Liberia challenges remain collective solutions and transcend tribal affiliation, political allegiances, and religious belief. Our Liberian identity must come before everything else. Furthermore, she said, chaos is easy, but building is difficult. With this, she states that Liberian commitment to peace will be tested in the coming days and must emerge victorious to achieve sustainable development. Madam Sarah Beslo Yanti is an international development expert and a Liberian pastor. She has over 20 years of professional experience. Madam Sarah Beslo Yanti was one of the 20 presidential candidates that participated in the just ended election with about 92% of the total number of votes announced so far by the National Elections Commission. She doesn't seem to be in her interest as she has so far accumulated 3,295 votes, representing 0.19% votes. So this is how we will zero the local news. But before then, we will take a short break. And when we come back, we begin the recognitions of all of our followers. So better still, you can drop in your comment and say something about the news about Liberia and some of those important issues that you have observed in Liberia so that we can recognize you. It is good for you to be recognized. Don't just sit back. Don't just sit back or drop your comments so that you can be recognized as well. But until then, let us just take a short break. When we come back, we'll begin discussing about some other issue. We are very sorry. We want to register that we are unable to bring you the international news as it relates to what is happening or taking place at war and other parts of the war. But we will definitely bring you it on tomorrow. So stick and stay with us. Keep sharing our live video. Let's take a short break. We'll resume.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon Topa. My name is Perfina Koreshpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Topo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Welcome back to the program Inside the Print Media on Focal Online TV. For those of you who are wondering where we are located, we are actually located along the Japan Freeway, specifically in the Topo Village community. So right at the Topo Village Junction, adjacent the Orange Tower. This is where you can locate our office, and you will see on the descriptions we have there Foca Online TV, Foca FM. In the near future, we are expected to transition into an FM service. Our management is working tirelessly to ensure that such a kind of major achievement can be achieved in due time. Many thanks to all of you who have been watching along with us. My name is K. Lyndon Tukwa. Let me begin to recognize some of you who are watching. Lai B. Conan, you say hi. So hi, Lai too. I welcome you. Keep and stay with Foca Online TV. Please drop in your comments. Please drop in your comments so that we can recognize you as well. Please drop in your comment so that we can recognize you as well. It is important to be recognized on this platform as we move ahead. So yesterday, the National Elections Commission announced the progressive results as it relates to the presidential and legislative elections. So it posed Joseph Boakai of the opposition, the Unity Party, and its allies. The reason why sometimes when we refer to the Unity Party, we often say an it alliance because there are several, there are several political parties that are working to ensure that the Unity Party can ascend to the presidency. So you have the MDR, which is the Movement for Democratic and Reconstruction. You have a faction of the Liberty Party. You have a faction of the Liberty Party headed by Yumbi Kanga Lawrence, as well as Senator Darius DeLong. You have the economic freedom fighters of Liberia. Now they too are supporting the presidential bid of former Vice President Joseph Boakai, now stand barrier of the opposition Unity Party. And George Weah is also the second place. So they are actually into a competition. Our previous results that were announced a few days ago put George Weah in the lead, but as of yesterday, the result that was announced put Joseph Boakai in the lead. So a lot of people are concerned, but the folks in the Unity Party are saying that they are optimistic over the fact that since Joseph Boakai has been announced to be in the lead, based upon the announcement from the National Elections Commission, he will continue to maintain that leading spirit until the final result is announced that will lead him to his victory. At the same time, the ruling establishment, I say that they too are very certain of George Weah becoming re-elected. On the flip side, there are a lot of people who see this from a different perspective. And they are also saying that there is a possibility that this election will to a second round or to a runoff, to a second round. So this is where we are. I think over the last few days, we have noticed that there has been series of threats made by stakeholders, some of those people from the ruling establishment, and some of those people, as well as those people from the opposition Unity Party. But at the same time, we also want to thank those Liberians, especially those who participated in the election. Alexander Cummings, the political leader of the collaborating political party, he has some concern in the election, but he has conceded defeat. But he has some reservation, concern on the manner and form in which the election was conducted. So that is the beauty of democracy. I think Alexander Cummings has since been treading on the rightful fortune. He has not released any statement attempting to be inimical to the peace and stability of our country, Liberia. So this is one thing I want to commend Alexander Cummings for. So this is what your democracy calls for. When you have issue, if you are dissatisfied with the election results, you go to the court and you can file in your complaint at the Supreme Court of Liberia, and your complaint will actually be looked into. So we expect similar behavior and similar attributes to be displayed by all of those people who are contesting in these elections. We don't want anything, we don't want a statement that will jeopardize the peace and stability of Liberia. We should be we should be promoting peace, promoting our national agenda rather than doing anything to undermine the peace and stability of our country. So, because we can be saying that we want for our country to be developed and we want for investors to come into the country, but at the same time, we are making all sorts of terrible statements that have the propensity to cause chaos. I don't think such a kind of statements are very good for our society. So on this note, this is how I would love to call this program a day. We will return by tomorrow, at which time we will bring you our international news. We could not bring you our international news because we are pressed with time. So we are very sorry. Let this apology be accepted by all of you and our viewers who are listening. Thanks to all of you who are always following Focal Online TV. It is our prayer that you encourage other people to follow us as well. And you can also do business with us. We will definitely promote your businesses. We will definitely promote you as well. So don't just watch our program, but also comment on what we have to say to you. It is important that you be a part of all of the situations, and it is also important that you be informed about what is taking place in our motherland, Liberia. So thank you for all of you who thanks to all of you for your listening audience. And my name is Kelly Demtoba. This is how I choose to call your day to resume tomorrow, at which time I will bring you the program inside the print media, at which time Grafina C. Pa, Courage Pa, will definitely be sitting in the lead driving seat. So together we can bring you all of the major happenings relative to our electionary season and the news that continue to unfold in our motherland, Liberia. So bye bye from my end.